Greetings, Macadine family. This is Kamil Shabazz, hoping all is well with you and yours. And I'm going into a real deep subject that may offend some people. And quite frankly, I can't be concerned about that because I am here to tell the truth and to help those who are striving to become one with truth to get an understanding. Now, my subject today, which is a very, very controversial subject that may cause somebody to want to rear up, which wouldn't be a great idea, by the way. But my subject is, how did Minister Louis Farrakhan destroy the Nation of Islam? For those of us who are old school warriors, like myself, and you may ask yourself, well, who the hell is he to say that Farrakhan destroyed the Nation of Islam? What kind of damn crazy ass statement is that? Don't you know that can cause you to lose your life? Perhaps so. But my goal is to give life, not take life. And that should be the goal of all of us so-called awoke brothers. We delve and we deal with truth and truth alone. So, in the Nation of Islam, and by the way, I joined the Nation of Islam. I stood up October 26, 1980. A lot of you wasn't even born yet. And I stayed in the nation teaching the theology of the Nation of Islam up until 2015 before I woke up to the BS of religion. So, they say it takes either 7 years or 10,000 hours to be an expert at anything. So what does 35 years in the Nation of Islam make me? I would say that would make me kind of qualified to talk about what it is I'm about to talk about. So, in the Nation of Islam, you have three major lessons. One being student enrollment, and the other ones being lesson 1 and 2. But student enrollment is the foundation of every Muslim, where there's 10 questions and 10 answers. And the first 2 are the most significant, and that is who's God and who is the devil. And question number 1 asks the question, who is the original man? And the answer is the original man is the Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe. Let's stop right there. That right there was the basis and the framework of everything that Elijah Muhammad taught. So let's stop there. After Elijah Muhammad died in 1975, and the split between Wafdeen Muhammad and Farrakhan took place. When Farrakhan brought the nation back in 1977, he vowed to bring the teachings of Elijah Muhammad back, and we thought he did. He thought that Elijah Muhammad wasn't dead. I don't hear him talking about that no more because Elijah Muhammad is about 120 years old. So it's kind of impossible for him to come back now. But that's another subject. As well as Farad Muhammad, who's 20 years older than Elijah Muhammad. But that's another subject. So, when he comes back, there's talk about the black man being God, but he brings out a study guide. But before he brings out this study guide, which is supposed to be an addendum to the lessons of Elijah Muhammad, he makes all the gods, because the Asiatic black man is God now, he makes all the gods take on the name Abdul, which means servant of God. Now the black man is God with a capital G. The black man is supposed to be Allah, arm, leg, arm, head. You don't give a God the name Abdul. So he made all the major brothers. The brother I came up under, Abdul Kareem Muhammad, Abdul Rauf. So what I loved about Brother Khalid, which stood him out from the rest, was that Khalid reversed his. He was originally Abdul Khalid Muhammad, but he understood and recognized that I'm God. So he reversed it. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. Because he knew that Allah, that whole thing, that's an Arab God. All gods bow down to the Asiatic God, according to the lessons. So after the Abduls came into place, making all the men servants, he comes out with these study guides, and the basis of all the study guides are talking about prophets. All these old crazy unknown prophets of the Quran, like Ad and Thabud and Luqman and all these other characters from Arab mythology that has nothing to do with the black man of America. Talking about all these guys and praying and all this other foreign stuff to the DNA of the black man, because the black man at his root in nature is God. So you already started giving the wrong diet to the gods. That's the equivalent of giving a 25-year-old man Fruit Loops to eat in the morning. Telling the black man and teaching the black man about some punk-ass prophets who, for the most part, if you look at the history of all the prophets, they were failures. Up to and including Jesus, who was on the cross saying, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? They all was punks. So how you going to give a diet, some old punk-ass diet, to the Asiatic God and expect him to grow up and nourish properly into the God that he's born to be? How could that be? I'm talking to you. So when Brother Khalid Abdul Muhammad started waking up to who he was, but see, being God is just a stepping stone, because as we teach in the Macadine, man is Gog, God of all gods. And see, brothers like Khalid Muhammad was snuffed out, and Malcolm X was snuffed out because of the fact that they were growing into Gog, because they were on an evolutionary course that wasn't going to stop at calling yourself a Muslim or a God. I'm talking to you today. So he nullified and neutralized the God power by putting your focus on losing as prophets. Prophets that failed, that were killed and ran off. The black man don't need that kind of information. That's a failure information. That's a failure information. And that's why the nation has not risen beyond what Elijah Muhammad did. Elijah Muhammad had a bank. Elijah Muhammad had international trade. Elijah Muhammad had real schools throughout the nation. Trade and commerce, and he had supermarkets. That's how you can tell a man is in harmony with the universal order of things, because they produce. With all due respect, all Farrakhan has been is a big a talking circus, a big oratory show with no results. That's why he took the people to Dianetics, because he doesn't have enough juice. He did it the wrong way. The black man and all men need a God diet. Not a weak-ass prophet diet. Not this inferior diet that's being fed to them in the educational system. This mythology and psychology that's making us fucking zombies. So, Can't give us that knowledge today. This is real. This is real. This is real. That's why it fell. That's why it fell. And that's why it's falling. And that's why after Khalid was wrongly put out the nation and treated so bad, the same way Malcolm was treated, because religion is not made or designed for you to rise. It's not designed. It's for you to be a part of that hierarchy. It's always a hierarchy in religion. It's always that one at the top, whether his name is Elijah, Muhammad, or whoever. They're always at the top getting the lion's share. And they will take your money, they will take your wife, they will take everything you give to them, because at the root of their message is parasitic. It's parasitic, and it's a dictatorship. So for man to be successful, he got to be disconnected from all that bullshit. You got to be free from all that garbage. Dump it out of you. Leave those dead men's diaries alone. Leave that mythology alone. And come into your own power. Man is not an Abdul. Stop calling yourself a servant to any God, any man. Because all God is man. The Bible of this time is the codes in these what you call them, the legal code books, the penal code books. That's the law of the land, and the gods of the land are the ones over those laws that put you in jail and herd us here and there. And a religious man is a part of that. They're all a part of that same diabolical process, which is for the destruction of the mind and spirit and natural autonomy of man. More later.